The US and Iran have held talks in Islamabad to extend a fragile ceasefire in the Strait of Hormuz conflict. The US is balancing sanctions and military pressure, while Iran is demanding asset unfreezing and security guarantees.
These talks will determine if the conflict escalates, risking global oil disruption and wider regional instability. The Iran conflict has caused Brent crude oil prices to surge nearly 40% since February, raising energy costs and inflation in the UK and Europe.
The naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is disrupting energy supplies, pushing oil and natural gas prices higher and forcing central banks to consider rate hikes. This will increase household energy bills, raise inflation, and force central banks to hike interest rates, risking slower growth or recession in Europe and the UK.
Peru has conducted a fractious presidential election with logistical failures and a divided electorate, while Brazil's Ramagem has been detained in the US after fleeing a coup conviction. The region is facing political instability driven by corruption scandals, rising crime, and contested democratic legitimacy, with voters prioritizing security and governments struggling to govern effectively. These events will increase pressure on Latin American democracies to reform governance and security, while complicating international relations and asylum policies.
Police have arrested 2 suspects for an attempted arson attack on Finchley Reformed Synagogue in North London. Antisemitic violence is rising sharply in the UK, driven by tensions linked to the 2023 Gaza war and targeting Jewish communities. Security funding and patrols will increase, but hate crimes will continue challenging authorities and communities unless efforts intensify. Keir Starmer has rejected US military action in Iran, while Donald Trump has threatened to change the UK trade deal, straining relations. The UK is asserting strategic independence by refusing to join US military efforts, while the US criticizes UK policies and pressures trade terms. This will increase diplomatic friction, disrupt trade talks, and force the UK to balance alliance loyalty with national interests.